All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the ranch. What we're going to do is go over an orientation. We're going to go over an itinerary. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to raise your hand and ask me so we can get your questions answered. As far as the orientation goes, the next event here is going to be sighting guns. Does anybody need to check their gun before we go hunting? One person, two person, three persons? Okay, three persons. As soon as we're done with the orientation, immediately go to the parking lot, get your gun, walk back over to the shooting range, and I'll meet you back over there, and we'll be sure that your gun is on so we can make good, accurate shots, all right? The rest of you, dinner is at 5 o'clock in here, which is about a half hour from now, all right? As soon as we're done with dinner, the guides are going to go bait your spots, and then we're going to take you out on a night hunt. The ground is good and hard, so you'll actually be able to follow us in your vehicle to your blind. Now tonight, you can hunt up until and no later than 9:45, all right? So at 9:45, unload your guns in the blind, come on down out of the blind, come back into the lodge. Now, we want you leaving prompt, arriving prompt, because we're doing a safety count. We're counting heads to be sure that nobody's lost, nobody's hurt. So if we don't have the proper count of guys, we're out there looking for you. So please pay attention to what time it is and get back in here prompt, and that way we know that everybody's safe and finished for the night. Now, if you'll get your cell phones, let me give you the cell phone number that you'll call when you shoot a hog, and we'll get out there right away and get it picked up. Okay, you'll dial 832-419-6151. 832-419-6151. All right, as soon as you shoot a hog, call us. We'll get out there. We'll get it picked up. We'll get it over to the cleaning rack. We'll get the hog cut up for you guys. All right. Now, in the morning, when you're done with your night hunt, you're back in here at 10 o'clock tonight. The lodge is left open, so you guys are welcome to come in here. We leave desserts out for you guys. We leave drinks out for you guys. Make yourself at home. And feel free to watch the television, play pool, play foosball, whatever you want to do, get comfortable. Now, we don't, again, lock the lodge at night, so when you're done, the last person that walks out, the light switches are by that back door. If you would, just turn the lights off in the lodge, all right? Now, based on the time of year that we're in right now, the sun is peaking a little bit before 7 a.m. For those that want to get up early and go hunting, you need to be up and on the move by 6:15 a.m. 6:15 a.m. Take yourself and your vehicle back to the same blind that you're assigned tonight, okay? Shoot a hog in the morning, call this number, we'll come get it picked up, and be back in here prompt for 9 o'clock breakfast. So, as a rule of thumb, if you'll leave your hunting area 15 minutes prior to arrival, you'll be right on time, all right? Breakfast at 9, and as soon as we're done with breakfast, we're going to go out on a spot and stalk. Some of you will walk, some of you will sit, and we'll do that right up until the lunch hour, all right? 1 o'clock lunch hour, and as soon as we're done with lunch, we're going to go do it again in a different part of the ranch. We're going to rotate, all right? And we'll do another spot and stalk, or we'll go down to the swamp and do some still hunting down there until right before dinner, which is 5 o'clock. So at 4:45, wherever you find yourself, go ahead and start heading back and be in the chow line prompt at 5 o'clock, okay? Now, the last morning, for those that need to shoot a few more hogs, you're welcome to get back up, take yourself to that last blind, and knock them dead, all right? Be in the chow line at 9 o'clock. We'll have breakfast, and then after breakfast on your last morning, we'll go ahead and settle up on your hog cleaning. If you guys had a good time and my staff treated you right, and you want to leave them a tip, you'll leave the tip with myself or whoever checks you out, and then it'll be divided up amongst the staff members. Okay, so that is the itinerary. Are there any questions about the itinerary? All right, good. Let's talk about gun safety. What kind of guns are we hunting with?
30-30, 30-06, 308.
Bolt action?
2 bolt actions and lever actions.
Okay. Is that all three of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a slug shotgun and then a 7 mag bolt action.
Okay.
30-30 lever action for open sights for tonight.
Okay.
.243 scope with a green night vision light on it,
A semi-automatic?
bolt action,
Bolt action.
and a rifle slug with a scope.
Okay, good. We have a 3-round rule for any type of gun. 1 in the chamber, 2 in the clip. If it's a pistol, 3 in the revolver. Okay, no more than 3 rounds in any weapon. And what we're doing is we are wanting you to be ethical with your shooting and responsible. All right. We want you to make head shots only on the hogs. No body shots, head shots. 2 reasons. Number 1, you shoot them in the head, you don't waste any meat. You shoot them through the shoulder, you blow up the meat, and it's excellent food. You don't go home with all your meat. More important than rule number 1 is reason number 2. You're absolutely certain that you shot a hog. If you don't see the head, you cannot be absolutely certain that it's a hog. This animal right here looks exactly like a hog with its head down, walking through the grass and grazing. I can't tell you how many hogs we sell, a ram that we sell every year to guys that think that it was a hog. Weekly. All right. You are responsible to pay for any animal you put a bullet in, whether you kill it or not. Every animal you see on the wall has been shot by guys thinking they were shooting at pigs. Okay? All kinds of deer, bison, buffalo. How do you mistake a 2,000-pound bison buffalo for a pig? It's happened more than once. All right? So again, I can't stress the importance of identifying the animal before you pull the trigger. That big elk on the wall back there, we shot one equally as big last season. Guy thought it was a pig. Cost him $7,000 before he could leave the ranch. Again, the point is just be careful. We want you guys to have a good time, but let's be responsible and safe with what we do. All right? Gun-free zone. There's no guns allowed in camp except the parking lot. All right? That means no guns in your cabin, no guns in any of the buildings. Now tomorrow, some of you are going to leave on your spot and stock from camp. Do not load your gun in the parking lot. Wait until you're out of view of camp, and once you're out of view of camp, then at that time, safely point your gun hard to the ground, put a round in the chamber, safety on, and then you can proceed on your hunt. When you're coming back for a meal time, once you get your first glimpse of camp, stop, point your gun to the ground, unload it, walk around the buildings on the road, come back to the parking lot, or if you're behind camp, come back around camp to the parking lot, put your gun away, all right? And again, I can't overemphasize all this stuff. It's gun handling, deadly weapons. You can't ever be too safe. It's very dangerous to load and unload a gun in this position or that position. I've seen too many accidents with guns going off like this. If a gun is going to go off by accident, you want it pointed hard to the ground, not your foot, hard to the ground. If there is an accident, you're just going to shoot the ground, all right? So keep that in mind when you're handling your guns. And you will also keep your guns inside your vehicle. Keep your vehicle locked if you like. We've never had anything stolen off the ranch, but as a precaution, it's just good common sense. You've got thousands of dollars worth of guns in your vehicle. Keep it locked, all right? Be careful about taking your keys out on the ranch. What happens when you lose your only set of keys and you've been walking around for miles? Then what? It's not good. Then you're out hundreds of dollars calling a locksmith, and it's a mess. So watch those keys if you're going to be out in the field with them, all right? Every year we're calling somebody out here that's charging $225, $250 to unlock a car and make a set of keys. And with these new cars, man, making a key is not a simple thing anymore. So just be aware of your car keys. If anybody needs to leave the ranch, you can go out the gate. I'll give you the combination here in a little while. You'll go out the gate. If you need to go to town, just take a left on the road. It's 9.5 miles to the first light. You turn right at the light. All services are to the right. Walmart, gas stations, hardware, auto parts, anything you would need. That same light down there, in the event that there was an accident, if you were to turn left at that light, hospital's 1 mile up. All right? So keep that in mind. Left of the hospital, right at the light, all services to the right. Okay, are there any questions about gun safety? All right, any general questions about anything? Yes, sir.
Can you also carry a pistol with his?
Yeah, that's a good question. You can carry a pistol. We ask that you don't make initial kill shots. Use it for protection or use it for a finishing shot. Okay? That raises the next question. Most of you are here to shoot 2 hogs of any size. I think there's one of you here to shoot 1 hog of any size based on what package you purchased. In addition to that, each and every one of you can shoot unlimited piglets up to 50 pounds apiece, all right? How big is a 50-pound pig? As a general rule, piglets travel in a pack, all right? So if you'll just pick out a medium-sized piglet when you're hunting out of a blind, shoot it, all right? 99.9% of the time, you're dead on. Don't pick out a little one. What's the point? It's $45 to cut them up, and you're charged for every animal that you shoot for the butchering, so don't do that. If you want a big hog, shoot it. But if you're after piglets and you shoot another big hog and you're already at your limit, there's a $100 kill fee plus a butchering. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're welcome to do it, but just be aware of what the costs are, okay? We hard freeze all the meat for you. We never know who's flying or who's not. If you don't want it hard frozen, we have a cooler out there and we can keep it cold and not frozen, but it defaults to the freezer, all right? So any hog 99 pounds or less, it's $45 to get it cut up. 100 pounds on up, it's 55 cents a pound. So a 100-pound pig would cost you $55. There's no charge for the freezing of it, okay? If any of you want extra meat to go home, typically there's somebody in the group that generally doesn't want all their meat. Check with us and we'll be sure and we can give you as much meat as is able to give to you beyond what you've shot. All right, there's no extra charge for that. Okay, if you guys are interested in any exotics, it's a fully guided hunt, and you can check with us and we'll put a guide with you and we'll tell you what these animals cost and you can go out there and have a good time. Right now we're not shooting any of our doe. They are not available this season. All right, just the bucks. Okay, any other questions about anything? Okay guys, well again, welcome to the ranch and let's get started.